Smith, and this is my research proposal. So my general research area is in the focus of gender studies, and more specifically, the wage gap in the sports industry. And my research question is, how does the wage gap in the sports industry affect youth participation in sports? Which led me to my problem statement of studying the gender wage gap, because I want to find out how it impacts participation in youth sports in order to help the reader understand the effects of the wage gap and why it needs to be corrected. So with my lit review, I have around 15 online sources and one book, which is Invisible Women, Exposing Data Bias in a World Designed for Men. And from my lit review, I found that women earn around 79 cents for every dollar that a man makes, and that is when it's uncontrolled. But when it is controlled, it's around 98%, meaning that they have the same qualifications, education, and job title. And even though 98 cents doesn't, they're only losing 2 cents, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it adds up. And if they do have the same qualifications, then why are they not earning the full dollar? But then, looking more into the sports industry, you can really see the discrepancy here, which on the white side is famous sports industries and their highest salaries for women, and then on the blue side it's for men, and you can really see how there's a large difference there. So before we go any further, definitions of wage gap is the index of the status of women's earnings in relation to the status of men's earnings. And then by participation in youth sports, I mean playing at least one season of a sport for a club or team, and not just playing like baseball or kickball in gym class. So some assumptions that people might have before my research is put out there is that many believe that the wage gap is not real or that it has been solved already, which obviously that's not the case. And then many dismiss the wage gap to an uneven revenue and viewership count, saying that the men bring in more revenue and they have a higher viewership count, and that's why they have higher salaries. And so the significance of my research was that it could show a drastic effect of the wage gap, showing that it impacts youth participation in sports. And if we identify a big effect of it, then it could lead to faster progress. And also it could help other problems in our nation, such as childhood obesity, which has been a large problem that even past presidents have focused on. And before conducting my research, I have two different hypotheses, with one being that youth participation is decreasing because young girls realize that they cannot make a sustainable living off of it, because many of these athletes have 2 jobs or have to get other sponsorships in order to bring in more money. Or that the opposite end is that youth participation is increasing because these young girls see that the athletes and their role models are fighting against it, so they will too, and they know that a change will happen. So how I will conduct my research is by a mixed method of surveying and interviewing, and my range will be between girls ages 10 to 28 and also female college athletes. And some questions I will ask them is that if they're familiar with the wage gap, and if they are, how did they find out about it, and then their different activity in sports, and when they planned on ending sports. And then I will record all their answers to form gap quantitative data, because I will just tally it up and see their responses in order to find if it is a causal relationship. So here are my different sample groups, and I'm thinking between 20 to 25 in each group, but I want to talk to my mentor to get their opinion on that. And then ethics, I need to be concerned with it, but I don't think it is that much of an issue with mine, because I will get a parental consent for those under 18 and will remove their names. And if they decline, I'm not going to pressure them, but I'm not really collecting sensitive information from them, so I don't think it will be that much of a problem, but I will address it. And then some of my limitations could be biased from if my samples are not good, or if they are too small, and if they just don't respond at all. And then if there is no relationship, then that is a limit of my research, because, we find out that there's no relationship, and then also with the self-reported data, people can have response bias and just lie about what they respond with to the questions. And then for some possible mentors, I reached out to Raquel Bergen and Christy Kelly, who are both high-ranked in the universities of St. Joseph's and Drexel in the field of gender studies. Neither have contacted me back yet, but I'm going to be calling them later today. So then my next steps are to follow up with my experts, get my proposal approved, and then begin making my surveys and creating the samples. And then these are just my sources so far.
Great, thank you.